everybody. Come on in. Not sure if we have any moderators here. Thank you all so much for being here. Get ready to start on Food Talk TV. Just like to come on before and let you all know that I'll be looking at this camera over here. So not ignoring you. Just wanted to let you all know we're doing our Friday stream today because I'm flying out tomorrow. So if you see anybody in the chat who's saying, she didn't read my comment, hello Perkins. Thank you, Jessica. Y'all can help out. All right, here we go. Got my struggle fan on. Oh, let's turn off the music. All right, everybody, come on in, come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome to Foodie. You know what? I was going to say welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie, but it's not Friday. It is actually Tuesday. So we'll just say welcome to Foodie Tuesday with Maggie today. Today we are making a Vietnamese caramelized catfish. So come on in, make sure you're subscribed, tap that screen. Welcome to Food Talk TV. Food Talk TV has, let me turn that off. Food Talk TV has different cooking content every day of the week. And usually I'm with you all Fridays at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. But I'm traveling this week, so I'm going to go ahead and do my stream for you all today. All right, so I am going to wipe off the counter, wash my hands, and I'm going to show you all the video that came up in my feed, and we are going to try and recreate it. Now, I am your substitute teacher because I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. But I think I'm going to give this meal to Marcus, the 17-year-old. So we'll probably just do a regular meal today since it's not a Friday anyway, but I'll walk you all through some substitutes that you could do. I have my struggle fan on here in case you hear anything, but come on in. Thank you all so much for being here and let us get started. Thank you all for making sure you're subscribed, and for the recipe you can go to foodtalktv.com. I think Taylor will have it up if it's not already up. Happy Tuesday, everyone. All right, so if you like Asian cuisine, if you like fish sauce and soy sauce and all of those sauces, then today is your day. All right, come on in. Welcome to Foodie. I'm going to say Foodie Fridays, but it's not Friday, or maybe you are watching this on a Friday. All right, let me wash my hands and I'll show y'all what we're making. All right, everybody, come on in. Welcome to Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and I'll be cooking for you all tonight. Tonight, we're making Vietnamese caramelized catfish. Now, when I saw this recipe from Alissa Nguyen, there is a Thai restaurant, maybe like 2 or 3 jobs ago, like even pre-pandemic, they used to have this spicy Thai catfish that I loved. And I think they closed down. They did not survive, or maybe they moved. So when I saw this recipe, it reminded me of that. All right, so let me see if I can show you all this video, and we will just watch it together and then try to recreate. So come on in. Welcome to
Vietnamese caramelized catfish, but make it husband and toddler friendly. We're gonna heat up some oil.
Oil.
We're gonna add some sugar to it.
Sugar.
We're gonna caramelize our sugar until it's a nice amber color.
All right, make it brown.
I prefer to make this from catfish fillets because there's no bone in it. The catfish steaks, there's bones, skin, all the fatty stuff, which I don't like to eat, and I'm scared to give that to my kids. And
it's been a while since I've had catfish steak.
For him, so catfish fillets work the best for my family. Can you guys see this? When it comes a nice amber color like this, we're gonna add in our catfish fillets.
She has whole fillets. I have some strips. It'll be fine.
We're gonna have to make this work somehow because
she has 4 big fillets in there. We're gonna do maybe half that much.
Win-win no matter what. The tricky part is trying to flip this over.
I recommend the fish turners to turn your fish, or 2 spatulas. That way it doesn't break on you. If it's really flaky, it'll fall apart easily. Come on in, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. So we're gonna get that nice golden color on our fish.
Then we're gonna add in some water.
All right.
Add in just enough water so at least half of the catfish is covered. Like you see how it's not covering the whole catfish, but half of it's covered.
Partially submerged. Hello, everybody coming in. Thank you all for liking the stream. Oh, garlic. Do I have some? I think I have some.
Fish sauce.
Fish sauce. I have some. And we're just gonna baste it.
Cover and simmer this for 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
After the 10-15 minutes, you're gonna taste test this to see if it needs to be adjusted.
Should be sweet and savory. And salty.
Needs to be adjusted.
Add some more sugar. I think I do have dark soy sauce. Hear the kids screaming in the back. I can relate. Come on in. Thank you all so much for being here.
And if you're brave, you can try to put this one more time. I'm feeling brave.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
Oh my fish. Oh my god. I'm like actually regretting flipping my fish right now.
Come on in, everybody.
We're gonna crank our heats high.
Thank you all for tapping.
I'm gonna continue to baste this probably for the whole entire 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, your sauce is gonna thicken up. Turn off your heat and top this off with some scallion.
All right, so that's the goal. So we are going to try and recreate that. I'm going to go ahead and start with some rice. I'm going to do some rice in the rice cooker. Most Asian cuisine is going to be served over rice. So I do have some jasmine rice, and I'm actually going to cook it in chicken broth so that it has a little bit more flavor. That's what my mom taught me. And then we will make the fish dish. Fish cooks really quickly. Even this one, it's got to simmer a little bit, but that way the rice will be on, and we'll go ahead and get the fish started. So come on in, everyone. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Maggie, the substitute teacher, doing a special pop-up for you all on Tuesday because I won't be with you all on Friday. All right, so let's go ahead and get our rice cooker. All right, so this is just a regular dollar store, Walmart rice cooker. This is a staple probably in every African, Caribbean, Asian family. We eat a lot of rice. Now, if I were cooking this for me, I would use cauliflower rice, but I'm doing man food tonight, so I'm making regular rice, okay? So I have jasmine rice. There's all kinds of different rices, basmati rice. My mom used to cook jasmine rice. It's fragrant. It's got a little flavor to it. And it says Thai. So I don't know where the geography is next to Vietnam, but I'm sure the flavors would combine well. All right, so let me show you all the way that I do it. I'm actually going to use chicken broth. For your rice, you can cook it in a variety of liquids. Most of us cook in water, but if you don't want it to be just bland, if you want it bland, that's fine. My mom taught me to cook the rice in chicken broth. So we're going to replace the water with chicken broth here. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure out. Let's see how much I have. We're going to do 1 cup of rice for 2 cups of liquid. All right, everybody. So come on in. Thank you all for liking the live. This is Food Talk TV. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. Tonight, I'm making a Vietnamese caramelized catfish over rice for you. All right, so let's get our measuring cup. So a good way to work backwards is to find out how much liquid you have. We got Mustard Queen in the house, so let's go ahead and measure this out. This is a low sodium chicken broth. You can use whatever you have. You could also use coconut milk. So if you're making baby food, my mom taught me to cook the vegetables or whatever in chicken broth and then just kind of cook it down soft so that the kids get the savory taste. So I've got about 2 cups of chicken broth here. So I'm going to go ahead and pour. So since this is 2 cups of chicken broth, I'm going to measure out 1 cup of rice, and I will wash it. Some of y'all are like, don't wash. Some of y'all wash. Fine. I am not the food police. Do whatever works for you. So let's go ahead and plug this up. And the reason I measured the chicken broth first is because if you went ahead and poured the rice and then you didn't have enough liquid, you'd have to work backwards. But we're going to start with our liquid first. So let's go ahead and open this up. Easy pour spout. That's nice. Let's see about that. Oh, it tears right here. Ooh, all right. Let's get 1 cup of rice. I'm going to pour this over the sink. That way we don't make a huge mess. And we're going to measure out 1 cup of rice. 1 cup of rice because we have 2 cups of liquid. If you're doing regular rice, you can use water. If you want a more savory rice, you could do chicken broth, which is what we're doing. Chicken broth, beef broth, whatever broth that you like. If you're doing like an island dish, you could do coconut milk instead of water or chicken broth. Yes, welcome everybody. Come on in. Thank you for sharing the live. Tap the screen. Make sure you're subscribed to Food Talk TV. There's different cooking content every day of the week, and I'm usually here with you all on Fridays, but we're doing a special pop-up today. All right, so we have 1 cup of rice. I'm just going to go ahead and rinse that off. So we're going to get the starch off of it. So all I'm going to do is just pour this in here, and I'm going to submerge it in some water. And we're going to rinse it a couple times, and then we're going to pour it in our chicken broth and then get started on our caramelized Vietnamese catfish. All right. So you notice here, we're having that cloudy water that's getting some of the starch off and any other bad juju that's in here. So we're going to rinse it a couple times. What you want is you want the water to kind of be clear, not all the way clear, but clearer than this. So welcome in. Thank you all for watching Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and I'm making you all a caramelized Vietnamese catfish today. Have I ever made it before? No. Has that ever stopped me? No. I saw this recipe and I wanted to do it for you all today. So let me get the strainer. All right. So we're just going to pour out the cloudy water, and then we're going to rinse one more time. And we have different people of all kind of different cooking skills. I am not a professional. I just play one on TikTok, all right? At least not a professional chef. I just enjoy it. All right, so let's do one more rinse and see what our water looks like. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you all for the hearts. Thank you all for the likes. Welcome to Food Talk TV on TikTok. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and today we are making a Vietnamese caramelized, you had me at caramelized, catfish. I want to say spicy catfish, but this recipe, Alissa Nguyen is the recipe creator, so I've modified it for my substitutes, and I'll be walking you all through them. All right, so we have a little bit more starch here. Let's pour and do one more time, and then I think we should be good. Rice cooker is great. You can kind of set it and forget it. You can also cook other things in the rice cooker. Some people use it as a one-stop shop if you don't like getting on the stove. So come on in. Thank you all for tapping and sharing. I appreciate it. All right. So you can see now our water is clearer. Make sure that you all can see. And I think we're good. So we're just going to go ahead and drain this. And we're going to put it in the rice cooker and let it start doing its thing. So this is jasmine rice. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, Kaz, for the roses. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome to Food Talk TV. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. All right, so in the rice cooker, we have 2 cups of chicken broth. Let me drain this for the last time. This is 1 cup of rice. So your ratio is going to be 1 cup of rice for every 2 cups of liquid. So you could scale up or scale down. If you're just doing a portion for 1, you could do half a cup of rice and 1 cup of liquid. All right, so I'm just going to put this in here now that it's rinsed. Hope everybody's happy now. And we don't want to waste. So we're going to get the rest of this and just put it in here. So our rice will be done by the time our fish is ready. And we're going to plate the fish on top of the rice. If you have leftover rice or microwave rice or boil and bag rice, all of that's fine. But I like to do the from scratch for you all. All right, so let's go ahead and put the top on here, turn it on, and I'm just gonna move this over to the side. So I'll keep it maybe there so y'all can see. If y'all are coming in, this is what we're making. Okay, so the fresh ingredients we need for this recipe, I don't want y'all to have a glare. The fresh ingredients that we need for this recipe, we need a little bit of minced garlic and we need a little bit of chopped green onion. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep. I think those are the only veggies that we need in this recipe. It's really about the sauce and the broth, okay? So come on in. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is, I keep wanting to say Foodie Fridays with Maggie, but I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, doing a pop-up for you all today. All right, so you can find me on all platforms. I make food and femininity content, and I love cooking for y'all, all right? So let's get the cutting board. Let's see if we have some fresh garlic to go into our sauce and the green onions. I do have some green onion. All right. All right, so we got some green onion here. This looks really beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and chop it all up. This is really just gonna be the garnish, so you don't need that much. So I'll probably just chop a little bit. But let's go ahead and get the garlic because we do need some minced garlic in the sauce, all right? So come on in, everybody. Welcome to Food Talk TV. Thank you for liking. Thank you for 2,000 likes. This is Food Talk TV, and I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. All right, so we do have some fresh garlic here. I'm gonna go ahead and mince that for you. If you don't have fresh garlic, that's absolutely fine. You can use the paste. You can use the one in the jar. Fresh is best if you can get it. So garlic, ginger, lots of flavors are very common in Asian cuisine. I love Asian cuisine, Asian inspired cuisine. I am not a professional. We're going to try and recreate this recipe. So let's go ahead and smash. How much garlic do we need here? We do have a recipe. 2 tablespoons, so I'll just do 2 cloves of garlic. We want to get the paper off, and then we're going to peel this, and we're just going to kind of dice it as best I can. But lots of different shortcuts for you all. I'm actually flying out in the morning. I'm going on our 2nd annual Maggie meetup cruise, my first time on Virgin Voyages. So let me know if anybody, do we have any cruise lovers in the house? You can put the cruise emoji in the chat. I am a November birthday, and I'm actually, this year, it's right after Thanksgiving, so it's hot. You know, those of us who have holiday birthdays, it's hard to celebrate because it gets lumped in with everything else, but that's okay. So me and some of my subscribers are going to be taking a cruise, and I'm very excited, and I will be posting what I'm eating because I'm going to be tasting all the different restaurants. So you all can follow my page, flying to Miami, and then our first time on Virgin Voyages, which is 18 up only, so no kiddos. Last year we did Royal Caribbean. This year they wanted 18 and up, all right? So let's just get this minced up. I love fresh garlic. Especially when it hits that oil, it's gonna be nice. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome to Food Talk TV. Thank you for tapping and sharing. And you hear how my cutting board is kind of making that noise. If it's kind of noisy like that, just put a towel or something underneath. Y'all know me, you know me and my towels. That way, it's a pleasant listening experience for you, all right? And it'll help keep it stable, especially when you're cutting. You want to make sure that your cutting board stays, you know, relatively stable. Hello, Lena Bean. We are making a Vietnamese caramelized catfish. This is an Alissa Nguyen recipe on TikTok that I have customized. So I'm going to show you all how I'm going to do it. All right. So I think we're good with the garlic. And let's just go ahead. We'll just do 1 scallion for now, so we have it as a garnish. And then I'll cut up the rest because our fish is going to need to cook. Speaking of fish, let me go ahead and let's finish this. One thing at a time, Maggie. And in all seriousness, you know, because I'm going to be gone for about a week, when you're going to be away from the house, it's always good to do a, wow, I know, right? It's always good to do a little purge of the fridge. Anything that you know you're not going to use. So here's a tip from me. About a week before I travel, I stop buying groceries, especially raw produce, okay? Because, you know, it's just, we don't want to waste, and groceries are expensive. And then about 3 to 5 days before, I just basically cook with what I already have. And it just helps you to, I'm just smashing down some of the whites. Why? I don't know. I saw Nora do it on her cooking, and it looked really elegant. All right. So about 3 to 5 days before travel, I'll just kind of reconstitute what I have. Maybe that means eating leftovers. Maybe that means getting creative. And then about 1 to 2 days before, I just go through the fridge, and y'all know those containers in the back. If it's not going to last, go ahead and get rid of it, because you don't want to come home to a mess. You know, make sure, do the laundry, make the beds. You know, you want to come home to something nice. You should do that anyway, but you didn't ask me that. All right, so we have some fresh garlic and we have some green onion, okay? So this is going to go inside our fish sauce. This is going to go on top as a garnish. All right, so now let's get started on our fish sauce. This is the only prep that you need. I am actually going to get another cutting board if I have one and get the fish out. So she used catfish fillet in her recipe. When you go to Thai restaurants, usually they'll give you like the whole fish with the head on it. Some of y'all are okay with it. Some of us are like, I don't know about that. So this was frozen. I took it out of the bag and I just put it in here. This is like strips, not the whole fillet, but I think it came from the giveaway, so we will be all right. All right, so let's just take it out. Whenever you're cooking meat, you want to go ahead and take it out of the fridge about an hour or so before you start. That way it'll kind of come closer to room temperature. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Friday. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. Today is Tuesday and we're doing a pop-up, okay? So we are making Vietnamese caramelized catfish. Usually I'm with you all on Fridays. That's why I keep saying that. All right, so you can see here that this was frozen and it's got some liquid in here. Two things, you want your meats, you don't want to go from refrigerator cold to a hot pan. The meat will seize up and it will be tough on you. So if you can take it out, your meat, your eggs, your butter, any of your proteins, take them out, let them kind of come to room temperature before you cook them. That way they'll kind of like gradually change temperatures. Also, for it to have a nice sear on it, you want to get rid of that liquid. So usually I'll thaw it out, but I'm just going to put it on some paper towel and we're just going to blot it dry. So it's not the whole fillet. I don't know. Maybe this is the back. I don't know. But it's catfish and this is what I've got. Lean Bean says, your stove is beautiful. Thank you, sweetheart. I have very generous donors in my community. And I have a very generous donor who my microwave went out. I had the appliances that came with my home. My microwave went out and I had a little countertop one. And one of my subscribers not only replaced the microwave, he replaced the stove and the oven and the air fryer and the dishwasher, the whole Samsung kitchen. So I'm very grateful. I use it all the time. And that was a wonderful, wonderful gift. So thank you. Okay. So we have our catfish here and you can see it's a little bit shiny. I'm just going to put a paper towel over top. And I want it to kind of be like pasty white. Hello, Glenda from Georgia. I'm in Atlanta. So hello, neighbor. So you can see that we have some wetness here on the paper towel. And oftentimes, like I'll turn it over and do it multiple times. You want to get the water off because the water will keep it from searing. And we want it to have kind of a nice little crust. That's what I like. All right. So we're just going to blot it one more time. If your fish or chicken or whatever is fresh, I know it is amazing, very grateful. If your fish or chicken is fresh, we have another scholar who is sending one of our subscribers on the Maggie Meetup cruise. Just, you never know who's watching, so be grateful. Okay, so I've got most of the liquid out. Now it's kind of a pasty white. So you all can see here, or hopefully you can see it's kind of, we've got that extra moisture off. That will help it to pan sear and it will splatter less. Thank you for the gifts, Melissa. Appreciate you. It will help it to splatter less because we are going to sear this in a little bit of oil. And if your fish is fresh or chicken is fresh, you won't have as much liquid that you have to get rid of. But if you buy frozen, which is economical, then you will need to thaw it out and get some of that liquid off. All right. So she doesn't season her meat at this stage. So I just wanted to go ahead and blot it dry. Let's get the cooktop and let's go ahead and caramelize our oil and sugar. All right. I'm debating, should I use real sugar or my sugar substitute? Something says use real sugar tonight since it's not Friday. All right. Let me wash my hands since I had raw fish. We're going to get the cooktop out and then we're going to get the stove. All right. So come on in, everybody. Welcome to Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. I'm doing a pop-up today for you all. Usually my show is Fridays at 4 Central, 5 Eastern. But I'm flying out to Miami in the morning. Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. So we have some rice in the rice cooker here doing its thing. I've got a cup of rice in chicken broth. We're just going to let that do its thing. We got the struggle fan over here because I'm a woman of a particular age. And let's go ahead and plug up our cooktop. And I don't know if y'all can see. All right, so we are going to get started. So I just have like a big skillet and one with a lid because we're going to sear our fish and then we're going to put the top on it. All right, so what do we need? In a pan, we need 2 tablespoons oil with 2 tablespoons sugar. So this is where we're going to get the caramelization from. All right, so for oil, I'm going to go ahead and use this macadamia nut oil. You know, we got Mustard Queen in the house. Let's go ahead and use her spicy mustard oil. I'm always thinking of you. I'm like, why did I buy this stuff? But it is kind of nice. It's got a little warmth to it. It's a good oil. Let me show y'all. So in honor of Mustard Queen, we're going to use this mustard seed oil, but the recipe says 2 tablespoons of any oil. It could be avocado oil. I usually use the coconut oil. The coconut oil, the MCT oil that I use, it has a very low smoke point, which means it's just going to get really smoky. And this may make me start coughing, but Mustard Queen, this is for you. All right, so we're going to put 2 tablespoons of oil in the pan. You can eyeball it. But the first time I make a recipe, I always try to make it exact. All right, so we have 2 tablespoons of oil, and then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of sugar. So let's do the real thing. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. 2 tablespoons. Let's get the sugar. And so I'm your substitute teacher because I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. So if I were cooking for me, I would use this Splenda allulose, which is 0 calorie. I like to call it sugar-free sugar. But I do keep all the regular stuff in the house. So this is cane sugar. So we'll put 2 tablespoons in here. I've got this on a medium. And we want it to turn kind of brown. Now our mustard oil, hi Myrna. Our mustard oil is giving us a little head start on the color. And this is cane sugar, which is a little bit brown. So she says, add 2 tablespoons oil with 2 tablespoons sugar, caramelize until it's dark amber, all right? So we're gonna stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. Okay. So welcome in, everyone. This is Food Talk TV. It is not Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie. But today is Tuesday. We're doing a pop-up because I will be on a cruise, sailing away. Yeah, y'all, this mustard oil, like I feel my eyes starting to water a little bit. If you want it a little milder, do a neutral oil. All right, so I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit and let's see what happens. We'll let it kind of just, you all can see it's still kind of chunky in there. We want it to melt down into the sugar and start to change color, all right? So again, we are making a Vietnamese caramelized catfish. We started with our, I'll show you all, our rice cooker is over here. We have rice that we're gonna serve it over, and we're cooking our rice in chicken broth instead of water. Like I said, you can do chicken broth. If you want it more savory, you could also do coconut milk as a substitute for your liquid. If you like a Latin, not a Latin, like an island flavor, coconut milk, like a cilantro rice, so good. All right, y'all see the color? Let me turn it down. It didn't take long at all. All right, so I want to get our sugar kind of melted in this mustard oil so y'all can see. She says, cook it until it's a dark amber, and I think we're getting there. I'm just gonna move the sugar in the middle. If you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, you could use your sugar substitutes. Some are better than others, so just experiment so you all can see. Now be very, very, very careful. When you melt sugar, like if you're making a toffee, it gets really hot, like hotter than hot. All right, so we have this beautiful brown color. All right, then add your catfish and cook both sides until the fish changes color. All right, so we've got it pretty much amber, and we have our fish. So this is probably like 3 fillets of catfish. We're just gonna go ahead and put that down. We're gonna make it fit. All right. We need to cook both sides, all right? Glenda wants to try the mustard oil. I just ordered it on Amazon if you want a screenshot. So the brand is Carrington Farms. So this just came from Amazon. I'd never heard of it, and I'll try anything once, all right? So we're cooking our catfish. So we have mustard oil, any oil of your choice. It smells really good with the fish. It's actually kind of taking down the punch of the mustard oil. Let me wash my hands. And I'm going to, yeah, we're on the medium. All right, so I'm just reading ahead so you all can see. So we're gonna add some water and the garlic, and then it's gonna cook for about 10 minutes. Okay, so let me see if y'all can see, you can't really see. Our rice is percolating over here. It's doing its thing. We got rice in the rice cooker and chicken broth. So we'll have a really nice savory rice. Uh-oh. All right, so this is the goal. Vietnamese caramelized catfish. So far, we have 2 tablespoons of oil. I use mustard oil. Yes, this is Maggie, the substitute teacher. I love you back. Mustard oil, and I use real sugar. All right, so let me show you my substitute. The oil that's been approved for me is MCT oil. It's just really delicate. Ooh, pop me. So it will smoke. I'm not a huge fan. I'm looking at the sides of the fish, and it's starting to get a little bit pasty white, so I want to turn it over. 2 spatulas. My fish turners are in the dishwasher. So you're gonna flip into the spatula and then lower it down. If you try and do one and flip by itself, it can splatter, all right? So let's see what we're looking like. Woo! It's getting me. Woo! This could be catfish fillets. Ooh, that one looks good. Or catfish steaks. But the steaks have the bone, y'all. You gotta commit. It's gonna get right back at you. Okay, that looks good. So we're gonna cook the other side. We wanna get that nice color, all right? And then once we get the other side cooked, we're going to put some water in, not to fill it up, but just to kind of cover the bottom, and then we're going to baste it. So in here we have oil and sugar, mustard oil, and real cane sugar. So no substitutes today, okay? I'm gonna pack this. Maybe I'll take a bite, but I'm gonna pack this and take this to my son. I asked me and old mister if he wanted it. He said no, let me get his plate. So I'll post this later. I made a regular lemon pepper catfish, rice, like buttered rice with parsley, and some spinach for him. And hopefully, it looks like it was good. Some of y'all are adventurous with the food. Some of y'all are like, I'm not eating that. And that's okay. Don't force other people to try what you like. You know how I feel. Ladies, give them what they like. Okay, so I think this is looking good. I'm just gonna move the oil around. See that nice little sear on that long one in the middle? All right, so now we're gonna add some water, just regular water. Let's do a splash of water. All right, so depending on how many fillets you're doing, it says add water, so half of your fillet is covered. So I think that's good. So you can see we have water on the bottom of the pan, but the fish is still sticking up out of it. Hello, Ash, come on in. And then we're gonna add the garlic, all right? So we chopped some fresh garlic. All right, so 2 tablespoons of minced garlic is going in. All right, thank you so much. Welcome to Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, usually with you all on Foodie Fridays. Thank you for tapping and sharing. We have over 6,000 likes. I appreciate y'all so much. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you tune into the website for the recipe. All right. And it says cook for 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll just keep an eye on it. Our rice is coming along lovely. I don't know if y'all can't see that. Whew, got me. Rice is coming along lovely. So we're gonna baste, which just means I'm just gonna use the sugar. Since some of our fish is sticking out of the liquid, we don't want it to dry. So we're just gonna tilt a little bit and get some of this goodness and pour it over top. So our fish stays nice and juicy. All right. Cover and cook for 10 minutes. So let's do that and let it rest. It smells incredible. It smells a little sweet, a little salty. All right. So rice is just about done. Let me see what I can let y'all see. All right. So far in here, oil and sugar, 2 tablespoons oil. Use the oil of your choice. 2 tablespoons sugar. So the same amount. For me, I would do allulose or, I don't know, Splenda or some other sugar substitute. All right, let me move my struggle fan. See if I can show y'all our rice is coming along. And we started our rice first. So you all can see, hopefully it's absorbed the chicken broth. It'll pop up on its own. You could salt it if you wanted to, but the chicken broth already has salt. You could put butter in it. You could do whatever you want to, but our rice is gonna be good, and then this will set and forget it. So Glenda wants to know, how long do you cook it? So the recipe says 10 to 15 minutes if you're talking about the fish. All right, so we'll just continue to baste it. And I think it smells so good, y'all. I'll show you the video of what we're making since we got a little time for this to percolate. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. Okay. So let me show y'all what we're making. For those of y'all who just came in, welcome to Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are making a Vietnamese caramelized catfish. All right, so that's the goal. So we have oil and sugar in the pan. So that's what she's putting in right now. So we did that. And I use cane sugar and mustard oil. And then you want to cook it down until the sugar melts and you get that amber color. Don't walk away from it, okay? Sugar, just like butter, can go brown really quickly and you don't want it to burn. But this is what's going to give us that caramelized color and sweetness, all right? Glenda says, where are you? I'm in Atlanta, sweetheart. Thank you, Kaz, for the roses. We appreciate it so much. So once it looks like that, she's going to put her catfish fillets in. She's using the whole catfish fillet. You could also use catfish steaks if you don't mind the bones and the skin. But she's making hers toddler friendly, and I had some catfish fillets, strips, whatever. So that's what we're trying, all right? So we put that in with the oil and the sugar and let it kind of cook. And then you're gonna flip it over. You wanna make sure you get that nice little sear on both sides. So she's got some massive fillets, so she did that, and we did the same, all right? So once you turn over your fish and you make sure that it's cooked, then she's gonna add some water, which we did, just enough water to kind of cover the bottom of the pan. You don't want it to be completely submerged, okay? We're not boiling our fish. There's adding a little bit of water, and then she's gonna put in the garlic, and that's up to the step where we are. Then she says cook it 10 to 15 minutes. We're about 5 minutes in. Cook it 10 to 15 minutes with the top on, and then just continue to baste it. So she's putting in her garlic. That's what we just did. Oh, let's add some soy sauce. Hold up. Focus. All right. Let's go to the next step, y'all. I'm just going to keep basting so our fish doesn't dry out. Just tilt it and get some of that good liquid. This looks like a good fish soup or stock or something. All right. All right, so that's good. All right. After 10 to 15 minutes, taste it and adjust to the preference. She says you may have to add some more sugar. You're welcome, Glenda. So let's go ahead and get the other ingredients out. All right. Dark soy sauce. And I think she said fish sauce too. Let me go ahead and get the fish sauce and the dark soy sauce. I have light soy sauce. All right. I think I have dark in the pantry. So we're going to put some fish sauce in there. Maybe I missed that step. We'll just rewind it for just a second. And then the soy sauce. No, it's Worcestershire. All right, we'll just do the light soy sauce. So another substitute, if I'm cooking for the boys, I don't use soy. We don't give soy to the boys. I have a substitute for you all. You can do like liquid aminos, coconut aminos, all right? So let's just get to the point where she added some extra stuff.
My husband's on the phone. I just have to pick it up for him. So catfish fillets work the best.
Shout out to Northeast Georgia.
You see this? When it comes to nice amber color like this, we're gonna add in our catfish fillets.
We did that.
Okay, only 2 will fit one. Not on my watch.
I think we're at 10 minutes now.
We're
So
gonna have to make this work somehow.
let me fast forward.
I'm gonna win. Just because I'm a win.
We turned them over. Let me turn it down.
Be careful when you're working with fillets because they can break apart.
Be careful flipping them too.
Yeah. Then we're gonna add in some water.
We did that.
Add in just enough water so at least half of the catfish is covered.
We did that. Thank you, Kaz, for the roses.
Covering the whole catfish, but half of it's covered. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know what it says. You can add in some garlic.
We did the garlic.
Fish sauce.
Fish sauce. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in some fish sauce. But we're at 10 minutes, so I think we're good. I'm going to turn it down. So we've been basting it. We did a little sear. All right. So, fish sauce. This one. So we have the Thai Kitchen Premium Fish Sauce. So I'm just going to put, it doesn't really say, is it open? Yeah. All right. So a lot of this stuff, that's why I like cooking. It's really just, cook it to your preference. And then, okay, fish sauce, a little goes a long way. It smells fishy now. Before, it smelled like the ocean. Now it smells very, fishy. It's giving, very much like authentic Asian-inspired restaurant. Okay, not this one. Then we're going to do some dark soy sauce. So this is the light soy sauce. I might have a dark one somewhere, but this will just add for color. All right, so we're going to put in some soy sauce. Our rice is done. All right. Oh, she did say taste it. Let me taste it. I should have tasted it before. We may need some more sugar. Before I added the fish sauce. But we've got a nice little broth. I'm just going to go to the side here and just taste how this is. Wow. I like it. I would probably put a little heat on it, but I think it's fine. I don't need it any more sweet. All right. Then she says, crank the heat up to high and let the sauce thicken up. Okay. So I'm going to turn it up to about a 7. I'm going to leave the top off. And what you'll notice is that, notice all this liquid that we have in here. We want the liquid to kind of evaporate and we want the sauce to be thick. Then we're ready to plate. All right. That's pretty much it. So let's see, what other substitutes can I show y'all? Do I have my aminos? Yes. So welcome to Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, usually with you all on Foodie Fridays. Thank you all so much for almost 9,000 likes. Let's see if we can get it to 10,000. Please tap the screen. All right, so we are making a Vietnamese caramelized catfish. So we started with oil and sugar, let that get brown and melted. Then we put our fillets in there, let them get nice and cooked, flip them on both sides. You can still see we got a nice little crust on one of them. Then we added just enough water to cover the bottom and basted it so our fish didn't dry out. We added fresh garlic. After about 10 minutes, we added some fish sauce and then we added some soy sauce. Okay, so if I'm cooking, and I just said I'm giving this to the boys. Here's my substitute for coconut aminos. Marcus is at work. He's a lifeguard. So when I pick him up, I'm going to pack this for him. But just, for me, I try to avoid it. So if I'm cooking for myself, I will use soy. But if I'm cooking for the boys, this is my substitute. Okay, coconut aminos, soy-free. This gives you the soy sauce flavor without the soy. All right. For this recipe, it calls for sugar. I had real cane sugar. If I were making it for me, I would use my sugar-free sugar. All right, the allulose. This will work in the oil and brown just as fine. All right, so if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, that could be an option for you. I am not a doctor. All right, and then for oil, I use the mustard oil. Shout out to Mustard Queen. For me, when I'm cooking for me, I use the MCT oil. This is the one approved for me, but it's very smoky. So it's good on very low heat. All right. So those are my substitutes. Oh, and then lastly, rice. So our rice is done. It's just sitting here on warm. It looks beautiful. Let me see if I can show y'all. It's just gonna stay here on warm until we are ready to serve. And we cook this in chicken broth, so it looks lovely. I'll taste, y'all, it's gonna go, the fish sauce that I'm smelling. All right, I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit more. It's already starting to thicken up a little bit. Let's taste our rice. So again, you can cook your rice in water. That's fine, most people do if you just want it very neutral. Or you can cook it in chicken broth instead of water. I'm gonna salt it just a little bit. It needs some. This was a low sodium chicken broth that I used, but if you use full flavor, then you won't need any salt. I don't have to worry about salt. I do have to worry about sugar. So I used jasmine rice. If you can have the carbs, or if you're a growing boy, jasmine rice. If I were making it for me, I would substitute cauliflower rice, all right? So you can buy this frozen cauliflower rice. It's basically cauliflower that they grate to look like rice shake. I'm gonna have to toss this before the trip, but I would plate it over cauliflower rice. So that way, that's how I started my channel, just taking food that I would already cook for the boys, cook for the family, and then making versions that I can have, all right? So it's starting to thicken up. I think we're good. I'll just turn it up a little bit more. We're losing that liquid, and let's get a plate. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Glenda says, let the liquid evaporate. Let me put the top on the rice here. We're gonna start cleaning up, and then I'll make a plate, and then I'll pack it. So again, this is Food Talk TV. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. Thank you all. We got over 10,000 likes. Thank you for tapping. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. You can get the full recipe at foodtalktv.com. And I am making a caramelized Vietnamese catfish. All right. So if you like salty, fishy, savory, Asian-inspired flavors, this one is for you. All right. So we're letting that liquid evaporate. So with the top on, it will trap the steam and it will stay more moist. Thank you. You like the kitchen? Thank you. It's my happy place. Believe me. But if you keep the top off, the liquid, the moisture will escape. And then, let me bring it down. It will thicken up the sauce. All right, so she says if you're feeling brave, you can flip the fish one more time. And I'm gonna try and do that because some of them are starting to look a little bit dry. We wanna keep them nice and moist. So again, the technique, flip it into the other utensil and then gently lay it down, okay? Especially if you're pan frying or using oil. All right, wonderful. Oh, it's starting to break on me. Once your fish cooks, it's gonna be very delicate. Y'all see this one starting to break? Oh, that looks lovely. Yeah, y'all see that liquid is just about gone? You're welcome. I'm glad y'all are enjoying it. So I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher on all platforms. I make food and femininity content. And I love cooking for y'all. I love cooking for the family. I just love cooking. I think it's very therapeutic. I am the daughter of a retired home economics teacher, and so this is just how I was raised. All right, so you all can see that our liquid is pretty much gone, and it's really thickened up. We have a beautiful color, especially where it gets hot in the middle. So I think we're good. I think that's nice and thick. You don't want it to be bone dry. You want some of that goodness on your rice. So let me taste it, and then I think we're ready to plate. Oh, top it off with the scallions. I forgot. Let's do our scallions. We chop these up. I like green onions. All right, so let's put this on the plate. I think it looks really good. All right, let's give it a taste. And this has been your Vietnamese caramelized, toddler-friendly, mild palate-friendly catfish. So let's see if I can get a little broken piece of fish. Y'all know how you try to get a piece without letting people know you've been digging in the pot? Just me? All right, let's get a little sauce. Let's get a little onion, a little bit of fish. Y'all, it is good. It is so good. It was kind of mild, but when you let the liquid evaporate, this is where you have that caramel. Y'all, this is so good. Look at this right here. I'm gonna take a picture. This was the goal. All right. And this is what we made. So let me take a picture, then I'll plate it. I get excited. I like to eat clearly, but I love when a recipe comes together. I think this looks beautiful. All right, some with the flash, some without the flash. Y'all, I had a green onion on top of the screen. I'm like, that's not in the... Anyway, you didn't ask all that. All right, let's take one with the flash. It is so good, y'all. So this is going to... Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. We made that. Look at that. And let me get a video for Taylor too, but I'll put it on a plate because we got to serve it. You got to serve your family well. You can't just be, and y'all don't put stuff like this on a paper plate. Looks yummy. It's so good. And y'all, the fish is still very tender, but the sauce has got like a sticky icky. You know how you're not hungry, or you tell yourself you're not hungry, then you take a bite of something and it just wakes up the beast inside and you're like, I could eat. Oh my goodness. Okay. For research purposes, focus, Maggie. All right. So let's take a picture of our Vietnamese caramelized catfish. All right. Let me give you all a plate. Let me serve you so you can enjoy. All right. So let me just move some stuff. We got a lot going on. All right, so that's done. Let's get a plate. How did she serve it? She didn't serve it. I think I'm going to do, not a plate. Oh, sorry, that's loud. All right, so we have made our rice. Let's get our rice cooker. So this is jasmine rice. We cooked it with chicken broth. So let's get our paddle. Let's taste it one more time. I just salted it a little bit. Thank you all for cooking with me. I'm going to unplug. The rice cooker will stay on all day. It'll stay nice and warm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, let's get some rice. Oh, yeah. All right. So this is real rice. Y'all rarely see me cooking with real rice. But, you know, somebody asked me once if I make the family eat my substitutes. Y'all, they ain't doing that. It was like, where's the good stuff? So my recipes really just come from looking at stuff that I want to eat, but using ingredients that I have to eat. All right. So let's scrape that off. All right. So we have some beautiful rice cooked in chicken broth, nice and fluffy. All right. You can do more if you want to, more or less. You gonna try it? Y'all would eat this. All right. So let's get the beautiful, the big piece of fish. Let me get a spatula. I don't want to break it. We all eat with our eyes first. Yeah, you want to kind of get it out because, let me do one at a time. Hot! As you turn off the heat, y'all can see the pan, like it turns into like a little toffee. So you want to get your fish out so it's not stuck. See how it's trying to break on me? Let's go this way. Don't fall, shucks. That's why I need my fish turners. All right, let's see if I can put it back together. You didn't see that. Right there. And then this piece on the ground. This is why we clean the counters. I know, y'all, just so janky. Whew! And it was hot. And then let's do one more. All right. And I'm just gonna do a little bit more green onion. If you have like red chili. I think she put some red chili on hers. Let me clean. If you make a little mess, just clean the bowl. You can put some of that extra sauce on there. Is there any sauce? Let me scoop up some. Get a little sauce on there. So one, and ladies, I always make extra. I serve some and then I pack some. So always send it to go. All right. So let's just drizzle some of that on there. I think it looks good. What do y'all think? Looks great? I think so too. All right. So let's take a picture in the bowl and then I will pack some and let you all have your Tuesday evening. Just get some of that goodness all on that catfish. And that is it. It's nice every once in a while to just do a regular meal. Coming up with the substitute sometimes it's like, is it gonna work? I don't know, but we do it together. All right, so hopefully you all can see. Looks good. We like it. All right, let's take a picture and take a taste, and then I'll let y'all go. Make sure you go to foodtalktv.com for the recipe. Thank you all for over 12,000 likes. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. Food Talk TV has different cooking creators every day of the week. There's always live cooking. My show is usually Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. Y'all, this looks beautiful. I'll surprise myself. All right, so a couple announcements. If you are in Atlanta or want to come to Atlanta, in partnership with Neiman Marcus, I am doing a dining masterclass where I am going to teach you how to elegantly dine. It's that time of year, ladies, where we're hosting. Maybe you're a guest. You want to have those impeccable table manners. 4 hours, 5 courses. I teach, you eat. You can have whatever you want. Wine, champagne, hors d'oeuvres, tea, coffee, starter, main, and dessert in the private dining room. Go to teachablemoments.com and use code Maggie for $50 off. And I will be happy to teach you. It is Saturday, December 7th. Yeah, you're going to try it. It was really easy to make. Let me make a video of our Vietnamese caramelized catfish. Beautiful. Y'all, it really does look good. I mean, yeah. And then if you're interested in the relationship content or femininity content, you can go to teachablemomentswithmaggie.com. Our finishing school starts up again in January. Gentlemen, you can gift it, either one, to your ladies. And we teach elegance, etiquette, femininity, all kind of personal development for traditional women. All right. So let's take a bite, see how we like it. Y'all can see how that fish is just flaking up. All right, let's take a bite. I feel like I need to get the towel ready. All right, so let's get in here. And you know, when you take it off the heat, how it gets kind of sticky. So let's get in there. Oh, you know you want some. You know you want some. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come on now. Y'all, that is good. Woo! Okay, that was not elegant, but I can see why this is very toddler friendly. If you are Marcus or you like a little heat, maybe a drizzle of some sriracha, maybe some chili crisp, go to town. But y'all, this is so good. And the presentation is beautiful. You can make this. Catfish nuggets, these are just whatever I had. All right, so let me save the side that I was eating on. All right, that's it, everybody. So thank you so much. You're gonna miss me on Friday, but if you're interested in my travel content, I will be going to Miami, taking my first Virgin Voyages cruise with our scholars. I'm your teacher, y'all are the scholars. If you want to join us next year, I'm sure as soon as we come back, our travel agent's going to have another Maggie Meetup cruise. We do it every year in November, and so that's why I'm with you all tonight. You can serve this with soup. I wanted to do a nice home-cooked meal before we fly out in the morning. Maybe I'll ask Mister if he'll try it. He'd probably be like, I'm not having that. But yeah, y'all can make this. And I'll see you all next time. All right. Thank you, everybody. And have a good night. All right. Sorry, y'all. Here I come. All right, everybody. Let's see what y'all are saying over here. Y'all, this is so good. Y'all, I wish you could see this fish. Oh, my goodness. Can y'all see how this fish is just flaking, like literally just coming apart, and it's like sticky and charred? Can y'all see that? Y'all would eat this. Marcus is like, where's the hot sauce, Mom? Oh my God. I just want a little heat on it. Just a little heat on it. Then I'm going to see what y'all are saying. And then I got to let y'all go because I had to pick up Marcus from work. Me know Mister's ready. Okay, hold up. Chili crisp. Chili crisp. Chili crisp. All right. So y'all know we're going to put some heat on there. Drizzle a little chili oil. But this is great. If you have a mild palate, this is great. I should have cleaned it up, y'all. It's a hot mess, but... So this is my last cooking stream, probably until next Monday, but I will be posting every day from the cruise. I'm not going to go live on the cruise, but I will be posting what we're up to. So if you all want to follow along, you are welcome to. All right, let's just put a little chili oil on this one and see how we like it. I'm just going to use a spoon. So yes, flying out in the morning, checked in. Am I packed? Mostly. I'm a woman, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. All right, let's get in here. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. It's got a little action going on. Gillis says, yeah, you can't wait to see the post from the boat. Yes, hello, Gillis. Hello, Ethel. This is something you would try? Yeah, y'all can make this. This is an easy one. And I think the presentation is really nice. I think it looks really nice. Let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. Then I'm going to pack this up and take it to Swim Shady. Did you make that, Maggie? Yes, y'all know Maggie made that. Y'all made it with me. Looks amazing. Thank you. Hello, Living Out Loud. Thank you for the $9.99. Let me put you up on the board. I know I'm over here. Y'all know on the food talk, they want me to be exclusive on food talk. So Living Out Loud. Thank you for the $9.99. But I'm always going to show you all behind the scenes, okay? I'm not ignoring you. Oh, everybody's good. Hello, Jessica. Trombone says, good evening. Have an amazing day. Thank you. Yeah. Pray for traveling grace and mercy. Lauren is on her way to Miami now. E. Capone's taking the red eye from the West Coast. We are flying out first thing in the morning. So if you believe in prayer, just keep us in prayer for all the travel. Hello, Ethel. Christina says, have a Bahama mama. You better believe it. I'll have more than that. Thank you so much. Yes, enjoy the cruise. Living Out Loud says, do you ever use peanut oil? Not really, but I'm sure it's great. I haven't ever used it. Maybe I'll buy some and try it for you. Yes, mustard seed oil. There's a lady on TikTok. She hates ketchup, so everything she does is mustard. And I was like, y'all know, I'll try anything, just about. And I was like, let me try the mustard oil. By itself, I'm not a fan. It's got a little bitterness to it, a little heat to it, but especially in a very flavorful dish like this, if you don't mind, it gives it a lot of character. All right, recipe sounds good? Yes, absolutely. And I linked it. This one is Alissa Nguyen. All right. All right, everybody. I don't even think I can say hi to everyone on TikTok. Kyle says, when are the podcasts on relationships? So you all are going to miss me and Lucy this week. It's usually Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern and Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, but we will be traveling. I will be traveling. So next relationship podcast will be a week from tomorrow, next week, Wednesday. But usually I'm here every day, but we're going to do a little early birthday celebration. Gail was sponsored. Y'all, just really happy. And thank you. Those, you all know who you are. Hello, Kyle. When are my blogs? Y'all are so... those of y'all who watch from the clouds and make the magic happen. Thank you. I am grateful. All right, y'all, let me go. I pick up Marcus from work, pack. See you all tomorrow. Well, I won't, but I'll be posting. See y'all on the comments. All right. Thank you, Instagram. And thank you, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Those of y'all, if I missed your comment, it went by. I'm sorry. I saw Bert, I did get your message. Everybody who wanted Element, I got your messages. I'll do it when I come back. All right. Bye, y'all.